Howdy y'all, this is Twitchonium here, coming at y'all today with another March of the Machine Premiere draft. Let's go ahead and jump straight on into it. See y'all in the draft. Here we are in Pack 1, Pick 1. We've opened up a pretty cool rare in Ayara here. Nice sack outlet for a black-red deck. Could see trying to run that. You definitely want to be pretty heavy on black if you're going to run Ayara, just like the old Ayara. But very strong effect if we can make use out of it there. 5 and a Phyrexian to flip her. Okay. Seal from Existence. Great piece of white removal. Valduk would be kind of cool to build around at some point. Invasion of Xeric seems fine. It's just a nice bounce spell that turns into a flyer if you have enough knights and critters out. Brawler also great in that deck. I don't know. I don't really want to start with any of the 2 mana cards. Could play Intercessor. It's pretty decent. Overgrown Pest I've been pretty happy with. Kind of like Vorak from the last set. A little bit weaker. We'll take a Yara though. Maybe we can follow it up with some sweet removal like that. We could try to run something like Kahira, but I don't know. Elf Noble. We definitely wouldn't be able to companion her because we absolutely want to run Ayara. What goes with it besides that, though? I guess black-white Phyrexians would be one option. So we could take something like the Knight. Pretty strong in that deck. But I think Vanquish the Weak, just keep us on one color. It's gonna, make our deck no matter what, as long as we're in black. There's some cool cards in here, though. Urgamon's fine. I mean, the Gargantua's not a bad, top-end play. Draws 2. Reasonable body to leave behind, but just take the solid removal spell. Well, bunch of considerations here. I mean, I haven't tried the 5-color deck yet. I don't think this is going to be the place for it, necessarily. But cool to see it here. I think I'm probably going to be taking this Phyrexian Censor. If we do end up in the white-black Phyrexian archetype, this is a pretty nasty card. Bladed Battle Fan. All these little combat trick equipments are pretty reasonable. I like this one better than most because it gives the creature indestructible. But I think we'll probably speculate on a Censor here. Moloch I've been pretty happy with. Rawl's Reinforcements. Dispersal's great. A lot of good cards in this pack, but we'll take the one that has a greater chance to synergize with our first 2 picks here. Nothing for black or white or red really here. Just not really a super strong pack overall. I mean, like, Instructor's probably like the thing I would pick first out of here. Maybe the Invasion. Cleansing's fine. I might just take Zada here, actually. You have to draft a lot of combat tricks and stuff to make her great, but if we end up in black-red, there's a chance we hit enough that we can play her. Now we've got conditional removal in red. The Dreadship's not actually bad. That's pretty good. I mean, it's a 3 mana for a 2/2 and a 4/1, essentially, kind of. There's also just a fine 2-drop in black, which we know we're playing, or the Mauler, which is also nice in black, just as a, cycler that will fix your lands or be a top-end play when you need it to be. And I actually like this one. It impacts the board more than some of the others when it comes in. Backup 2 and Menace means you're going to get a reasonable attack in and then probably another one the turn after. I think we should pick one of these black cards. I kind of like the Dreadship, but oh, this is tough. I think we're going to want cheaper little creature bodies to sack off with Ayara, so I'm going to take the Informant just because of that. And now, not a huge fan of the Aetherborn. Could just take the Gremlin here. It's a reasonable little sacrifice target. Could also take Valduk and see if we can hit the, buff our team archetype between these two. Although they're kind of at odds. You want instants and sorceries, and then you want auras and equipments. Yeah, take the Furnace Gremlin out of this pack, I think. Searing Barb and War Train Slasher both definitely considerations as well. They're both fine cards, but I'll take the uncommon 2-drop that works in a sack deck if we make that happen. Well, red and black both seeming reasonably open, which is a good sign. I think here I'm going to just snag another Aetherblade agent. Or not another, but I guess the first one. Another nice early creature that we don't mind sacking off. Like, if we don't ever have the mana to flip it reasonably, we could just sack it off to Ayara instead. Scrap Chomper might be a consideration, too, as another potential sack mechanism. But we'll get the good 2-drop here. I think I'm on Invasion of Growth this time. It's a little expensive, but I've been pretty happy with it, especially because it comes with a life drain, and Ayara's ability can send the damage at battles as well. I wouldn't mind an Etched Familiar in a sack deck, or a Prankster even, but take the uncommon battle here. Wow, another Valduk. We also have coming in hot for the Zada synergies. I think I'm going to take the Valduk first here, because I feel like we're probably going to be playing black-red. We're definitely still seeing red cards. Black a little less open, it seemed. But I guess we did just pick up the Olgrotha pretty late, and we're seeing some late stuff here, yeah. So we can take both, and then whichever one of these ends up being more open. Like right now, we'll take the Battle Fan, because it's both a cool combat trick we'd play anyways, and it works with the Valduk, so it's a nice little pickup here. Ooh, maybe we'll even take 2 of those. And we'll go more on the Valduk side of things than the Zada side of things. Although all of these red cards are definitely playable as well. Fine 2-drop, reasonable removal spell / interaction that leaves behind a body. But specifically because we got the Valduk, I'm going to lean a little heavier into the combat tricks with the equipment here. Well, I'm going to pick up this one just to have it in case we do end up on the Zada route. Get a nice late Dreadship here. Yeah, so pack 1 not being too bad to us here. We have some good early aggression, but need to kind of round out our mid-game and late game, which we can definitely do. See if we open up a cool rare in pack 2. Well, we sure did. 4 mana, 4/4 Trample Haste, already great. Pay 3, buff it up, awesome. Whenever it deals combat damage, hits a planeswalker or battle as well. Okay, yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to play that. That's a pretty sweet card there. I need to snag a copy of this for my Gishath commander deck. What else is in the pack, though? Nice Lathleel Unicorn, not for us. We could probably play an Invasion of Eldraine. I guess we're not really that controlling of a deck. Would definitely play a copy of Mauler. Probably play a copy of Shatter the Source. Might play a copy of Unsealed Necropolis, but for sure we're grabbing the Raptor here. Ooh, and we hit another on color. This one's mythic. We got Sheoldred of all people, and she's gonna make the opponent's sack stuff. I mean, yeah, we're gonna pick up the Sheoldred for sure. And there's the mid and late game plays we were mentioning that we needed. So exactly the first two picks we could have asked for out of this draft, or out of this pack. What else would we like to see here? Definitely some more removal. We've only got some kind of combat tricks and such. I guess Olgrotha is kind of like removal too, so we have some reasonable interaction, just not as much like straight up removal. Definitely would like to get a couple more early creatures. Some more sacrificed outlets would be nice, besides just the Ayara. Wow. And Urbrask as well, huh? Well, I mean, there's a Traxa in here. Is also this... What is going on with this draft? I mean, a 4/4 first striker that whenever we cast instants and sorceries deals damage to the opponent and makes us mana already seems great. If we ever get to flip it, it's just nasty, just like Sheoldred. So I'm going to keep taking these busted mythics and rares that they keep passing. I appreciate it, fellow drafters. This is pretty sweet. 2 Praetors back to back. Watch, we'll get Elish Norn passed to us next. Destroy a creature, discard and mill, get all the creatures. Okay, yeah, if that ever happens, we are just winning games. And this one's 3 damage to any target opponent, each creature, so damage and board wipe, make treasures, cast all the cards from graveyard. Okay, yeah. So nasty. I'm almost on the Bane Splitter here, although it's very likely that wheels, honestly. Could also take like a Greatsword. Valduk just seems like a great build around here, much more than Zada for us with all these equipments floating about. Could also take the Render Inert. Not one removal spell I'm as high on. Like, I think I'd rather just get another 2-drop here. Another good sack creature. Now, Vanquish the Weak is removal I'm happy to snag up here. Again, I would love to pick up one of these Bane Splitters, but especially now that we've seen 2, unless somebody else is just going hard into equipment, I think we'll be able to pick one of those up on the wheel. And Vanquish the Weak is just great. Nice, instant speed, efficient. Of course, we get another Zada here. I don't think we want a second Zada. I don't know that we're necessarily playing the first one. Which, if we're not playing the first one, I think I'd rather have a Slasher in that slot in the deck. Now we can grab either a Doombringer or an Ichor. I think I'd rather have the 5-drop than the 3-drop. And now we're looking pretty good on our top end plays, so we can kind of focus more on our early curve again. Here we'll just keep on snatching up great removal, though. Final Flourish is another one of those excellent common removal spells in black. And just what we were missing, really. Would definitely like some of the red damage-based removal to go with the black removal. Have a nice mix of the two, but can't complain. This deck is looking pretty sweet so far. All 4 of our 2-drops are great, and we don't mind sacking any of them off if we need to Ayara. We didn't really get there on the true sacrifice synergies, but I mean, we just have a lot of strong plays to work into. Raptor, Urabrask, Shieldred. We'll take the Mauler here as another late game play that is also kind of like a 2-drop. Especially in this deck, we're going to want to make sure we can hit things like Shieldred and all. And we're definitely, I think, leaning heavier towards black than red, yeah. But we'll keep it up here. Could be a top-end play when needed. Well, didn't wheel the ones we were looking for quite yet, but I'll definitely play a copy of the Beatstick. +1/+0 Menace and make some treasures. Especially if we stick that on Valduk. That'd be pretty nice. This is an interesting choice. The Bloodfell Caves might just be correct, or even the Gift of Completion. How many Phyrexians do we have? 5. Yeah, I'm still going to try this one out. I've been low on this, but if we cast this on turn 2, it's get rid of their Scary Bomb and make a 3/3, which is kind of nice. Well, we wield both of these. I think I'd rather have the Combat Trick equipment. And a 2-drop, definitely. Wow, coming in hot too. So yeah, our colors are pretty open here. We might be able to have a pretty explosive last pack as well. Well, we could have gone the full 5-color nonsense deck. We would have had Alara, 2 Praetors, the Raptor still, Niv Mizzet. I guess none of them would have been 2 colors to go with Niv Mizzet, but some awesome cards we've opened up this draft. The Progenitor Exart also would have been great in the white-black Phyrexian deck if we had gone that route. I don't think I'm necessarily on Invasion of Eldraine here. I probably just would rather have another good 2-drop, as boring as that is. And then we're pretty much set on our 2-drops. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's exactly where I want to be. We'll go ahead and pick that one up. Well, another black rare. What's this guy do? Oh, okay, sure. We just saw our Phyrexian count was reasonable. It's not crazy, but what else would we be taking that over? We just filled up our 2-drop slot, even though I really like the Thallid a lot. There's no removal we're fighting against it with in this pack. Yeah, I think we'll take another cool 3-drop. Another sack outlet. Now we have Render Inert, which, like I said, is not my favorite removal, but it's still playable for sure. Could take another Mauler for cycling, just to hit the lands. Could take another Informant and just go hard in on the controller route. Cut something like the Prankster. Could take another Beat Stick. I think I'm going to take the Inert this time. Be nice to have access to one of them at least. Another sack outlet. Might not be bad to have access to on a 2-drop. I don't know what I'd play it over, though. Maybe the Revelation. I do want to try this card out, though. We'll take the 2/2. It's the safe pick. Especially getting another sack outlet in the deck is nice, just to have access to that, too. Now we'll take a Repurposing, an awesome top-end removal piece. Probably not playing any of these. Would rather have this guy and not need it, I think. Wow, we'll definitely take a copy of Conversion, though. That's a pretty sweet piece of removal. So what can I take away? Probably don't need the Render Inert now. Wow, we got the Rager, too. Do we even need the Rager? Could get another 2-drop. Yeah, I mean, this is just the on-color thing we're trying to do. And this has one of the better sack payoffs. I definitely don't think we're playing the Beat Stick now. Might play another one of these, probably not. I don't even know if we're playing the Invasion, but we probably are. I think I should cut that, honestly, even though I want to try it out. We might not even need this sack outlet, dude, because we ended up with 3 other ones that are all better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 still. This is more like a combat trick. We did get there on Valduk with the 3 equipments if we wanted to go that route. Maybe I don't want the Dread Ship. It's a little slow. Okay, if we do that, how many Phyrexians do we potentially still have here? I guess we could cut the Slasher. We have better things. Maybe we play an Ogre. I think I'd rather have that than the Slasher. So these I feel like are what's for sure staying in the deck. Ooh, we end up with another Informant. I'll probably play that too now that we got the other sack outlet. The more 2-drops, the better, actually. And this guy can actually sack artifacts. Maybe we're supposed to go heavy into the cheap creature artifact Valduk style strategy with the hasty dread ships. We'll see. This is going to be an interesting deck to build. We have a ton of options. Our lane was just wide open here. Especially in that second pack. I still can't believe we got Urabrask and Shieldred back to back. Just awesome. And I haven't gotten to play with either of these yet, so be real excited if we get to cast either one of them, or both. Got the last pick coming around here. Is it going to be a land? Actually a playable card. Wow. So for sure we were in the right spot for this draft. All right. Let us take a peek and see what we're looking like. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of pretty just straight up great removal. So I don't think we're cutting any of those. I do like the 2 Battle Fans. I think I like them better than the Bane Splitter. Maybe we don't go that hard into the Valduk synergies and we just keep the 2 Battle Fans that are indestructible combat tricks. And if and when they work out with Valduk, that's cool. But if not, or we could just even put him on the chopping block, really. So let's see. We can either be like, well, I guess we should also count Phyrexians real quick before that. Wasn't there one of ours that cared about Phyrexian stuff? Who cared about Phyrexians? Oh, the bloated processor does. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Phyrexians, kind of 10 with the incubate 3. So yeah, Valduk I could see we could actually just cut. He's really just a 3/2 most of the time anyways. If we play it like this, we need to make one more cut somewhere, probably in the 2s. Well, maybe we just cut something like this guy. That still leaves us with Shieldred, Urabrask, Raptor, Invasion, Mauler, repurposing for a bunch of big top-end plays. Or no, actually, let's cut the Heal Slasher. I feel like that guy's a little weaker than the Doombringer. At least this guy can help like flip over the Invasion or drain us and get us a little bit of life gain and get back into the game late if we need it. More black than red. Yep. All right. Seems like an interesting deck. We're good on the removal. We've got some excellent creatures. Our curve looks great. Unless we just run up against some scary bombs of the opponents, I think we'll be in good shape. And we'll leave Ayara there. She was our first rare for the draft, so we'll leave the Praetors in the background for this one. See y'all in the first round. Welcome to round 1, where we are on the play, and I may have to toss this one back. If we hit 1 black source, we're off to the races, but we really need 2 for Shieldred, and we can only cast 1 card in hand. Okay, this is the opposite issue of a hand, but I think we're going to keep this one and just ditch the Raptor. If we can keep drawing any lands, we hit the Shieldred. Otherwise, we've got a nice defensive Death Toucher here. We will not be offering this trade yet, though. They'll get their life gain value early for a bit. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying to flip Shieldred this game if at all possible. That'll be turns 5 and 6 if we do. Unless we just have to remove something with this guy. If they remove our agent here, that's kind of bad. Oh, this is nice. Go ahead and swing in with this one. If they'll let us. And get another 2 drop down. This one we can actually flip next turn without having to take the life hit. If they want to spend removal on it, that's fine too. I'd rather they use removal on either or both of these before Shieldred comes down. Cool. And that would have been able to hit Shieldred with sacrificing their 1/1 here. Alright, they're going for the Skittering Surveyor. Make sure they keep hitting their lands. We do need to hit 1 more of our own. And no reason to swing in yet. There we go. Alright, so we will flip this guy. And I don't think we even need to. We'll just hold him back. Play the slow game here. They're already beating us on card advantage. We should try to make the most out of ours and not just rush all these cards out. Although Shieldred is... I might not should be playing her next turn, but I'm very tempted to just drop her on curve and try to go from there. I mean, she still blows a thing up when she comes into the battlefield. If they kill this guy, yeah, they have to sack one of theirs, which is nice. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely on the play Shieldred train now. They'll sack their dude. And we just, here's when we pray. Don't have shield removal. Let us flip her, please. Heck, I might even just keep attacking with her if they don't play anything. We have other removal in hand for the moment. Well, it definitely feels like they've got something. Maybe it's just that incubate dude. Alright, an etched familiar. Then they could still incubate with their guy. Or maybe they've got two mana removal. Dang. Alright. Well, they had it. Unfortunate for us, but they had it. Can't play that guy quite yet. I think at this point I just want to hold it for a 5/5 menace. Or I guess a 7/7 menace, because we'll probably back itself up. Try to use the conversion to surveil into another land or another play. We still have Urabrask and AR in the deck, so a lot of fun options. Shield Druid's not the only one. Alright, they're going to make a 2/2. And there's a 1/1. Alright. They're going to flip him too. I guess they need one more to do that. Okay. That still leaves not enough. This guy's actually the scarier person, even though this is going to hit me from one more at the moment. Wow, and we have no lands. Do I care about this guy? Maybe I actually do want both of these, and I can just dual spell next turn. And then play this guy and start sacking these things off. Yeah, I could see that. This gives +1, right? Yeah. If they want to back up their dude, that's fine. Get an extra damage in. Do I want the extra mana? Nah. We'll see if we can't do a cheeky trade here. Take their 3/3 out unexpectedly with a 1/2. Okay, well, I'm glad that I don't have my battle fan on the battlefield now. All right, here we go. Yeah, we won't attack. Let's hold this guy back right now. We can get a block with a free block off with the sack to make a couple of incubate things. 3/3 for 2 is not bad. Or I guess they're going to split their damage out. Makes sense. Guess they're both gonna die anyways. And this doesn't have trample. Of course, now we get the mana for that guy, and we need to be keeping up these two. They're hitting us for 4 if we play just the 1. This is definitely the dangerous play, but I'm gonna do it. It's the stronger play. If they don't have removal or anything, we can at least block their big dude and then make our 2 leftover creatures. Combat Trick kills us. A lot of stuff just kills us. That just kills us if it hits us in the face. Yep, sure does. Man, they had the right answers at the right time, but we got to cast a Shieldred, so that was kind of cool. See y'all in the next round. Here we are in round 2. We are on the play with a pretty good curve out, it looks like. Can't complain when we go 2-drop, 3-drop with some nice interaction for later on. And our 2-drop happens to be a Phyrexian for the one that cares about it there. Might actually cycle this Mauler early just to make sure we keep hitting our lands. We'll see if we draw one next turn. Opponent with a nice aggressive battle here early. Just going to keep on curving out, I think. No need to sack our dude yet. I actually really like this pair together. Okay, Agar's a little scary. I think I'm cycling this guy to hit my lands. And I could still play one of my 2-drops this turn. And this guy can become a Phyrexian, but I think I'd rather get a card out of their hand here while they're tapped out. Just interrupt their game plan a little bit. That would have been a good blocker against our deck. Yeah, we'll just keep holding up for now. Alright, they're going to keep on chipping away. Makes sense. And Inga Rune Eyes. Well, if we can hit our land next turn, Invasion's going to be excellent to be able to take out one of these. Probably Inga even, just to make sure they don't get any excellent card value off of her. Huh. Although now I am very tempted to swing with this guy first for sure. I kind of hope they make this block. I'm fine just spending my turn pumping up my dude. He'll leave behind another body. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, I think we'll hold off in that case, and we'll play both of our other 2-drops here instead. Just go wide, have tons of sack fodder for our dude now. Both of these guys will leave behind bodies that we can then sack as well. This guy can flip over and be sacked if needed. Our processor here is threatening to do a lot of work. Segovia, an excellent battle, though. If this thing ever flips over, we are going to be in big trouble. And they've got the flyer to do it. Might be even worth shooting the flyer with our Olgrotha just to make sure they can't flip their battles over. Well, that's just a nasty card. Their whole board now has flying, so it doesn't matter. And we are in really bad shape. Well, I don't think Urbrask's going to be enough, honestly. Although he can deal 3 damage to everything. I think we have to play him just for that reason alone. 3, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12 damage we're taking in the air. anyways, no matter what we do here, so I think we should... I guess it doesn't even matter. It's not like any of our attacks are even good. Yeah, I think we're on the flip Urabrask route here. Kill their one remaining creature with the Zephyr Stinger. If they can deal with our Urabrask, we're in bad shape. Yep, now we can't block this guy either, really. I guess we can block him, chump him with a 1-1. Or 1-2 even better. Alright, they're going to send Summit the Invasion, makes sense. That'll let them untap 4 of their best guys. Although actually I'd rather they get the invasions all flipped now before our board wipe happens. Huh. Yeah, we'll just block or pass. Sure. I think this thing's going to be too big to kill too. This chunky flyer. Yeah. But we didn't take as much damage there as I was expecting. They went all for the battles. They'll untap their dudes. But I mean... Oh, 3 or more instants and sorceries this turn. Okay, so we're never going to be able to flip Urabrask. Got it. Okay. That's fair. I guess I should have read why it only costed 1 red mana to flip him when all the other ones have crazy expensive costs on that. I think we're just dead, right? 3, 4, 5, 11, 12, more or less 13, yeah. This Zephyr Singer, probably one of the stronger rares in the format, I would guess. I haven't actually gotten to play it on my side, but every time it's been played against me, it's been excellent like this. It essentially just says, give your entire board flying, which is just nuts. Yep. And then we died to a huge board of flyers. Rats. Got to play Urabrask this time. I mean, it was on a dead board state for us, but we got to play him. So, got to cast both of our Praetors. We'll see if we end up going 0-3. See y'all in round 3. Welcome back to round 3, where we are on the draw with an unkeepable hand. Not a great start here. This one's a little better. Still not very good. We're going to have to keep this one, though. We'll bias towards black since we have more black cards. If we top deck Urabrask, that'll feel sad. But starting off with a mulligan, and we're already 0-2 for the whole draft. This is not a great start. Opponent also seems to be on a similar strategy here, though. Do we vanquish that now? Before it gets any value? It can't sack itself anyway, so if we're going to blow it up later, we can still do that. Alright, they got a nice hasty guy here. We'll do this. Make them have a combat trick for 1. They can do the sack thing as well, I suppose. And their sack does result in a nice creature. Maybe I should have vanquished the wheat last turn. Guess now we hit them for 4, though. Can flip this and play this guy that's got Death Touch. Yeah, that seems fine, actually. Keep holding up the vanquish for now. I guess I shouldn't have flipped this quite yet, actually, now that I think about it. they have a board wipe, we could have potentially avoided it with that creature. I still think I want to incubate for one more by sacking this guy. Oh, right, because it's a minus spell. Well, at least we got some kind of value out of it. We're just turning our 1/1 back into a 1/1, though. So, that was definitely the wrong call. Now, I think we will just snipe this guy, though. Just hold up our Death Toucher. This can hopefully get us back into the game if we can start sacking off these 1/1s. Make this guy a threat that can draw us some more cards. And we've got some good removal if we can just hit one more land here. It's a nice play from them getting back their... probably that guy, yeah. Well, there's the land. I think we... Do we Ulgrotha first? I think we Ulgrotha first. But I think we still keep holding this guy back for now. Okay. Now they get to play their thing and swing for 3. Oh, or they're just going to get their sacrifice guy back out. That works too. This guy does not block very well. I guess we can do all of this at the same time, and I do want to draw the card, so I'm going to go ahead and sack this guy to put a counter on it. Alright. If we're not going to hit a land, I'm pretty happy with that. Ooh, 4/4. That's a nice juicy target for our conversion now. Especially since they don't have the mana up for the sack. And this will be nice on a board that doesn't have a 4/4. I don't think we need another land. I don't... Yeah, I guess we do have the sack guy out, so we are going to want some sacrifice fodder, and that's a fairly reasonable one. And we can double spell the Raptor and the Informant, or the Raptor and the Battle Fan. Well, so much for our Informant. And our Ayara and a Vanquished Sweep. Wow, that was a great mill for them. That's a pretty good top deck for us, at least. Definitely think we still play the Raptor. I think I just send both at their face, and we'll use one of our instant speed things to do something to them. This has trample as well, right? Yeah. Okay, how do I play this? This guy's killing this already. If I give this -2, my guy survives and they both die. Seems like the better outcome, I think. Or do I just sack my guy anyways? No, I want it to trade if it's going to trade. I think this is the best way to do it. If they have a 1-mana pump spell, I'm in big trouble, I suppose. Let's see if they've got something. I was assuming they were just holding up their mana to sack, but now I'm less sure. Or else I figured they would have just done it straight out. There we go. Send some damage over at our invasion at least. And next turn we'll give our Raptor indestructible, which will be nice. Take out their little tokens here. Maybe even get some trample damage. Who knows? Ooh, the Spellseer. It's a nice one. Prowess, prowess. Ooh, we can do both. Excellent. So we will swing our Raptor at this first. I'm hoping they'll double block. Shouldn't matter. We'll make... Actually, this guy's scarier. We get to eat both. And play an Urabrask. I guess Urabrask isn't really the craziest in this deck. He's mostly just a 4-mana 4/4 first strike, but... I mean, you don't draft Urabrask and not play Urabrask, right? And well, looks like we'll trade him off here. Which is fine. I don't want them to get their dude flipped. Or really, that's not that scary, honestly. Maybe I do let them flip it. Our flyer is scarier on this board state. Oh, man. And we just get to zap their one creature that could block our guys. And this means we also get to guaranteed flip the invasion too, unless they've got some kind of trick here, because the Raptor's trample damage will still do the trick. And they're gonna scroop it on up. Sweet. Didn't get skunked this time. I was a little bit worried. I switched avatars out to Elishnorn, and she was bringing us some of that Phyrexian bad luck there, but finally managed to scrape one out. See y'all in the next round. Welcome to the next round, y'all. We are on the play this time with a pretty cool looking starting hand. Some early creature drops that we can, you know, use some extra value out of later, and then removal for the late game. Go ahead and get it swamp down first. Probably going to play the Informant, I think. Maybe we'll play the Agent first, actually. Blocks their dude a little better now, especially if they don't end up playing a creature on turn 2 here, so that their counters could go to waste. They can make one of our expensive cards more expensive, or they can make that 2-drop into a 4-drop, which is also not that bad. Yeah, I'm fine to play this game long. I feel like we're going to be able to outvalue in the long game over a white deck, but we'll see. They probably do make this attack now, because I don't want them to put the counters on the Billy Rider thing. I think now I tried to sneak a kill out on the Billy Rider with this. Hope they don't buff the Bond Warden to flip the invasion. And if not, we'll just kill the Billy Rider next turn with the conversion. I just would rather not. That's fair. Well, they get to flip their card, but at least our agent takes down their Billy Rider. This is going to become a problem. We're going to have to exile that. It's going to be out of reach Oh, I guess the buff is only this turn, so it's not out of reach. We'll probably just nuke that next turn here, actually. Do that. Maybe they have the protection spell for 2 they've been holding. Nope. Okay. Surveil 2, don't need lands or 2-drops. And we just gotta hope they have no hasty critters. Otherwise this thing will start eking out some value each turn for him. Alright, a lifelinker, not bad. I think we'll go ahead and do the informant now, get that last card out of their hand. Alright, yeah. Gonna move this over here. That way both of our creatures are lethal to their dude. And we'll just keep hanging tight. This triggers at the end step, which is nice. Ooh, and that's an excellent draw. Just keep moving around our nice little leftover equipment here. And they know we've got the repurposing in our hand, so... Oh, well, we'll just vanquish the weak that thing instead. That's fair, they can destroy the hex to give it hexproof and indestructible. Which means the rest of this turn we'll spend activating our guy instead of attacking. Don't want to give them 2 life just for free. No reason. We'll just repurposing whatever comes next, yeah. And they know what's in hand, so they're going to go ahead and scoop them. Awesome little quick round. See y'all in the next one. Here we are in the next round, y'all, with a pretty decent-looking starting hand. We're on the draw, so as long as we can draw into 1 more red for Urobrask, we'll be in good shape. Can keep disrupting their hand, remove whatever they do end up playing. Hopefully we can keep the tempo going in our direction here. And we drew another nice early creature. Well, our informant lines up pretty well against the agent. I'm going to go ahead and hold our agent off as long as possible now. Ooh, and we got rid of an awesome late game removal spell. Feels pretty good. We'll go ahead and just do it again. And now we can double block this guy or single block this guy. These informants are lining up really well against their creatures. Huh. A red-white card. Interesting. Makes me think they're splashing more than just that, though. They'll drain for 2, that's fine. Haven't hit that red source quite yet, unfortunately, but that's okay. But 1 more land of any kind, or a red source, and we're doing pretty great there. I guess I'm just going to swing both. See what they want to do. Sure, I'll spend my turn making a thing. And we'll do that at the end of their turn. Or when they tap out. Whichever comes first. That'll do. And we can snipe that and still get our gremlin on the board. I like it. And we still got some nice removal and a pretty solid creature if we can ever get 1 more red source. There we are. Alright, doesn't have haste, so we can do it post-combat. Definitely just going to swing out here first. See what they block, or if they've got a trick. Alright, they just have removal. I can pump this and still remove their dog if I need to, so I think I'm going to do that. We'll keep holding on to Urobrask. A 2/2's fine. Yeah. Now we'll see if they block. I think I'm still okay with that. And we can hold up Vanquish and our Incubator token flip. And we'll go ahead and just Vanquish. Can probably make better use out of this, waiting for them to spend their whole turn next turn, pumping mana into it, but I think I'd rather just use what I got now, get an Urabrask down, start swinging in. We've still got a little protection for him. Ah, they had another one anyways. Does this have no counters on it? Oh, interesting. Oh, it was a minus X, or minus minus. That's fine. I don't think we were doing anything else this turn anyways. And this guy's a nice little blocker now. They have to either spend their whole turn flipping, which I'm okay with. When you're sacrificing Urabrask for value. But I'm glad it was an option. Got some extra value out of it. Now we get to deal 3 to their guy. Gain some life back. See if they have anything. And that'll do it. Nice. Another, I would say, showing for Urabrask, but he's really just been a nice solid body. Nice chunky dude. Nothing crazy. So, still a fun match. See you all in the next one. Here we are in round 6. We are on the draw. Ooh, and we finally have a Yara. This is the first time I think we've even had her in hand. And she was our first pick. We've seen both of our Praetors. We've seen Urabrask a lot. But we'll probably just drop her down. Even if we end up losing, I'd rather just play her out and be able to, you know, get some fun use and reps in with these cool cards. But once again, the opponent starting off with the Agent and our Informant, an excellent counter to it, making them discard a card and being a great blocker for their Death Toucher so it doesn't get any extra value. And if not, it's going to be excellent sacrifice fodder for our Ayara. Can do 2 damage to their face or to an invasion. That's a little unfortunate for us. I'm just going to ditch the Mauler. Probably was going to cycle it anyways, so not a huge loss. Okay, so now... yeah, I think we just drop her down. They probably have like a Vanquish of their own or something, but if they don't, I'd rather do this and get the extra value out of it. If not, they use their removal and they use their removal. Interesting, on 3 color. Looks like they do have a minus something, or some kind of interaction for Ayara here. Yep. It's alright, at least they have to 2 for 1 to do it. Yeah, I don't think we have any reason to just hold this up. If they want to spend their turn flipping their guy, we'll kill him in response. I think I'm just gonna Old Growth at this guy now. Or maybe they'll counter Old Growth instead of my Hasty Raptor next turn. Ideally, we can get enough mana to play the Raptor and hold up the Battle Fan to protect it. That's just the dream play there. And we only need 1 more for it. So them actually spending a counterspell on this wouldn't be the worst if they have one. And we do want to swing at it for 1 if we can. They might have like a fan of their own here to save this thing, which is also fine. Oh, sure. Gonna Dispersal their own guy. I'm pretty cool with that. we miss out on a little bit of value from our invasion, but it's still a 1-for-1 with their dispersal, and kind of like an extra half a 1, because they have to spend some extra mana next turn to do it again. And we definitely will do this attack. Like I said, if we can get the trample damage from this across, then it'll just finish that off. So we can send this, equip this up, they'll block, and we'll still get to kill our thing. Wow. If they have one more of those, it's going to be sad, but I'm going to ditch the Vanquish the Weak just because we have this cool combo in hand. Yeah, alright. And now I'm pretty happy about it. Oh, but we didn't get the land we needed to do the cool combo. Since that's the case, I think we just play it slow. No reason to put our Raptor in danger. I think it's going to be our way to eke ahead in this game. Or keep us in it at least until we get to something better. Alright, now we will go ahead and try it. If they have a counterspell here, I'm going to be really sad. Alright, no counterspell. Let's see what they do. Hopefully they block with only the Death Toucher. I guess hopefully they block with both, but this is fine still too. And if they've got something, they're going to use it now. Please just be Vanquish the Weak or a counterspell. Or another bounce spell. A Convoke draw spell is okay. It's about as good as I could have hoped right there. We get to flip our invasion. Now we have a flyer we can start swinging in with. We can put the battle fan onto it if we really need to as well. This is going to keep trampling over their 1/1. Feeling pretty good, even with no hand. Although there are lots of board wipes in this format, and they are playing multicolor. Or I guess more than two colors, rather. Everybody's playing multicolor typically. But if they do have any more of their own Nezumi Informants in hand, or any other discard spells, now they get significantly worse, which is good for us. And this is when our creatures die? When opponents' creatures die. That's fair. Honestly, I'd rather them use it on that than the Raptor anyways. I feel like the Raptor's got better long-term value just with the trample. Hits harder, can be pumped up each turn here. I'm guessing they kept something up here. Maybe a bounce spell. Yeah, that's fine. Them getting to Surveil 2 again is pretty annoying, but I'll definitely replay it on our turn here. That way they don't even get a chance to counter it if they have a counter spell. I can't imagine there's a single mana way they can counter it. I guess maybe. They're going to trade 1/1s. I'd be alright with that. Get all their blockers off the board. Alright. Fair enough. Okie doke. So we'll just replay the Raptor here. I'm going to equip the fan onto this guy for now. It only costs 1 to equip anyway, so it's not like it'll be hard next turn to move it if we need to. But at least this way we just spread our damage out a little bit. The Raptor we can pump up using its own ability. Costs 3. So we can only do it twice. Still. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 13 next turn. Well, that's going to kill our Raptor, unfortunately. Nothing to destroy with that, so we'll just swing on in. 3-turn clock here. We can at least blow up, hopefully, anything that they play to try and hit their invasion with. And we've got a lot of removal. We could keep top decking into more, which would be sweet. Just keep their board side clear. Yep. Spend their whole turn and the life to flipper, and we still get to sniper. Unfortunately, we did not hit a removal spell or anything, but I think we're still in okay shape here. They have the other Rona. Pretty nice, but Shieldred off the top is going to do the trick. Haven't seen her much this draft, but here she comes to save the day. Nice. See y'all in the next round. We are back in the next game here. We are on the draw with another decent looking starting hand. Got some 2-drops, a 3-drop, a nice combat trick. Definitely going to keep this. Haven't had a chance to use our Rager very much, so I'm a little excited to get to try that out here. I think we only got to play it once so far. Ooh, that's a pretty good draw for the opponent. I am not able to kill that, sadly. That's one of the better 2-drops in the format, I feel like. 2-mana 3/3 is just such a solid stat line. I guess no blocks, because we can use Final Flourish plus our leftover body from this thing to kill it next turn. Yeah, I think we're going to try that. Could play this guy, but I think we need to try and deal with the Negotiator first. Looks like they mulliganed or something, because they're already down lands, so if we can do that, we'll be in good shape. I'm going to block here first. Let's go ahead and just sack the thing. Make them have an even better trick if they have it. That way it just does -6/-6, instead of trying to use the -2 as a weird chump. That's fine. Our other stuff actually trades into this better. Although none of the stuff we have out right now, of course. Yeah, this guy plus Fan will do it. Oh, that has Menace. That's good to know. I think I still am going to save my guy here. No reason not to. Alright, I mean, they got off to a really strong start there, but 3 and 2. Or we could just flip this guy, I suppose. He's going to be for 4. Or we could still flip him and play this guy. No, I think I just like getting the big Doombringer out. Just draining for 2. Stabilize a little bit. Yep, this is fine. Now we have double blocks for their Menace. And they're just going to call it there. Yeah, that's, I mean, no cards in hand there. They're going to be top decking for a long time. Cool, we'll move right on into the next game. See y'all there. Welcome to the next round. We are here on the draw again with another reasonable looking starting hand. If we can get to Shieldred, it'll be fun times. Need to hit a couple more lands and swamps to get there, but not a bad start. Opponent has a nice aggressive turn 1 play with a cool little sacrifice creature there. Wow, they're on black-red sack too, and they have all the synergy pieces. Go ahead and play our Death Toucher here at least. Alright, and removal too. On the plus side, they're not hitting us for a ton, and we have some very impactful plays later on here, so I'm not too worried about it quite yet, but this is the start to a very scary board. Like if they drop a Judith now, that would be pretty bad for us. Alright, they got another removal spell. Just keep on using it until we get to Shieldred. That's all I'm asking. Just wait until don't remove the Shieldred. Then we can flip her and get all the creatures. Anything they sack, just extra value from us once we get to the last thing on Shieldred Saga. But for now, we'll get a creature down, make them discard something. Hopefully a creature. A big old creature they can't play right now anyways, that they're far off from playing. Not quite. Still. Would have given them some extra value and longevity to their deck, or to their hand. And we can potentially eke out a kill here. If they want to use a trick to kill my 1/1, I'm still fine with that. Like, the more they get out, yeah, now, the better. Still get the block off. Ooh. Well, I think we're still Shieldreding first, because we get to kill their jury, and it won't kill Shieldred. So they'll go face, yeah. And then next turn we can Urabrask, or if we draw a land, we can repurpose whatever they draw. Yeah, I think I'm just going to repurpose their dude here. Just start swinging in with the Praetors. Next turn we get to play Urabrask, and she has Menace, right? Yeah, she does, because she is wonderful like that. Are we just flipping Shieldred? 8 or more cards in the graveyard. Not quite there yet, but we're pretty close. I think we're still playing Urabrask and flipping, because maybe this will just scare him into a concession. They can flip this guy. Take 2. Not a great play. Any cards they're playing are pushing us closer and closer to being able to flip Shieldred. And we just get to murder their guy here, and that'll do it. Nice quick one with both Praetors out that time. Pretty sweet. Didn't get to flip Shieldred. We were 1 card away, but still came in clutch there. See y'all in the last round. Welcome back to the last round, where we started off 0-2, and we are on the verge of a reverse sweep right now. Unfortunately, this is a pretty bad starting hand for us. It's very slow. If we can get to 5, we have some just excellent drops for it, and we have all the mana almost. Like, I'm really tempted to keep this on the draw. They're companioning Yorion, which could be a lot of value if we don't get off to a decent start, though. So I'm going to mulligan this and hope we get a better start. This is not that much better, but it is better. I'm going to go ahead and ditch the Doombringer this time, because we can Mauler for our 4th land if we need to, and if not, that can be our top end play. This is still slow. Probably going to Mauler next turn here, just to guarantee that we get to Urabrask. Well, now that we're guaranteed an Urabrask, I'm actually going to just hold up the Final Flourish. Probably going to just get rid of this, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm just going to use it. This is probably wrong. If they want to save it, that's fine. They're probably going to play a better target now, but... they're just going to plain cycle their own guy. Okay. I'm just really scared of this Yorion, and want to be able to curve out some nice bodies here. Just hoping they don't play... Well, I was going to say a 2/2 Knight. That wasn't playing a 2/2 Knight, but they still made one. I think let's swing first and see if they want to trade. I figured they don't want to because they would rather get through to this. But Urabrask will block nicely for us. And if they try to remove him, we can at least get some value by sacking him to the Processor. Probably Processor, not Processor, but whatever. Ooh, and they get to tap down Urabrask. That's enough to make me not want to actually sack him. They're still not going to flip their invasion quite yet. This is one of the more hefty ones. They got to send 5 damage at that instead of at us, which I'm pretty fine with. Any of our removal for this guy is great. Lands are not so great. Yeah. If they send both, I might actually just block with my processor. It's just stuck in my head wrong now. It's like the procession of the equinoxes. That's what's coming to mind. Oh, that's gonna be a draft ender right there. Yep. Brutal rare. Not even mythic, but just giving something flying, first strike, lifelink, and a counter, and then sticking around as a 4/4 body that has all of those things itself is just so gross. Yeah. No blocks. They can have their +1 to everything. Wow, and it's even going to flip before the second part of combat damage is assigned, so this guy's going to get buffed. Crazy. Oh, wait. Interesting. Not sure what just happened there. Yeah, I suppose we're just holding back here. This is 13 with 5 of it life linking. Even this guy's not going to do it. They're just going to keep gaining 5 each turn. Seems pretty good. We've got some draws to handle this though, so I'm not gonna give up till the end on this one. We've had such a comeback. Of course, this is the game where we just keep hitting lands. Oh, it had to be in game 9, man. I wouldn't have minded this in one of our first 2 losses, but it feels extra rough in these last few. Well, I was afraid of Counterspell, but I guess I didn't need to be. This guy's not helping us anyways at the moment. Take 9. Maybe they'll just swing out. Alright, what can we Heart of the Cards for our last draw, potentially? We have to hit it now, or else Boonbringer Valkyrie just comes in and eats us up. We do not get there. Unfortunate. I guess we're not totally dead yet. We can still sack this guy to the Rager. For 1. That won't do it. We'll sack this guy and see if we can hit something. That won't do it, but it gives us another thing to potentially sacrifice here. Will this one do it? Nope. Alright, Urabrask, goodbye. Let's see. Another land. Couldn't have gotten there. Well, a sad way to end what could have been a really, really cool comeback there, and it still was. I mean, we started off 0-2, and we came back to 6 wins. So I was a little bit worried after the start, because this deck felt like it could go all the way for sure. I mean, we have 2 Praetors, we had a Yara, even though we didn't get to cast her but once. We have a ton of excellent removal. Like, we hit at least 1 copy of every removal spell in black that you want to have a copy of, and we got a couple of some. We even got, like, an invasion for that. Like, yeah, we got 2 Vanquish the Weeks. We had most of the good sack pieces. Like, we had 3 excellent sack outlets, the little gremlins that make more guys when they die, the informants to get 2-for-1 value with the sack. Just all around, very, very fun deck. Had an awesome time playing it. Got to cast a bunch of Praetors. And I appreciate you all coming along on the ride with me here today. I'll see y'all in the next draft video. Take care, everybody.